Last week, I ranked every NFL quarterback in terms of likability and who you should be rooting for. Now, to be clear, they were not my picks for who would win. But if you took my advice and rooted for everyone I said you should, you had a pretty good week last week. I told you to root for Caleb, Jordan Love, Baker. I did put Jalen Hurts at 29th, and he won against Deshaun Watson, who was at 32. Andy Dalton was at 9. Kirko was at 1. Jaden Daniels lost at 4th. Lamar won at 2. So without further ado, here are my Week 7 quarterback likability power rankings. Welcome to Don't Know Ball. I'm going to give 5 honorable mentions and a ranked top 5 for my Week 7 top 10. In no specific order, my honorable mentions are Justin Fields, Kirk Cousins, Jaden Daniels, Jordan Love, and CJ Stroud. Now, last week, I talked about the big 3 of young quarterbacks, and I did exclude Justin Fields. At this point, I think he's earned it, and it does look like there's going to be a lineup change made for the Steelers, so I want to get him his recognition while I have the chance, and I do hope he gets more chances to play this year because, he's earned it. All right, so coming in at number 5, we have Aaron Rodgers, which is a huge upgrade from 24th last week. Everything I said last week stands. I still disagree with his politics. I still think he's weird. He still had that weird situation with his head coach, even though with Robert Saleh gone, they played better. I don't know what that means. I don't know ball, but they did play better. And yes, I've been annoyed by Rodgers' attitude. He seems mad all the time. He's blaming his teammates. He's blaming the refs. But for some reason, this week, it came off a little more like he hates to lose. I think he is hating losing, and I like that in a quarterback. All right, I'll tell you what really happened, okay? It was the Hail Mary. I sat up out of my seat the second he fell back into that pocket. You could just see like ancient muscle memory hitting his body. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but as he was loading his hips, that Jets logo slipped a bit. You could see that green and white G is still on his jersey. His face got younger, and as he went into that arm motion, I was 19 again. And for some reason, this only showed on the live broadcast. You won't see this in the replays. But as the ball's flying, there's 4 Jets and 5 Bills in the end zone. And right in the middle, clear as day, Richard Rodgers in his Packers away jersey is standing there. And he just kind of guides Lazard's hands to the ball. And as we all know, every time Aaron Rodgers completes a vintage Hail Mary, another Packer is summoned from the shadows. So he has Davante Adams now. Davante Adams seems to be as big of a diva as Rodgers, and I think they should lean into it. Start getting into fights with fans in the parking lot. Start screaming at your linemen. I want to see Aaron Rodgers win a rainy game and then blame Kamala Harris for controlling the weather to try to make him lose. If this is the Aaron Rodgers we have now, let's do it. At 4, I have Geno Smith. He's 3-3, which is honestly exactly where you want your underdog quarterback to be. Every game means something now if you're going to keep the team above 500. He's got his back against the wall. He's got a tough next couple of games. And from what I've seen, I think he has just enough ability to surprise people. So if my gut is right, these are going to be some exciting Seattle games. At 3, give me Baker. Listen, I don't think Baker meant for his comment about bringing the joy back to Tampa after Brady left to become this narrative that it has, but it's too late. He's now the face of fun in football, and if he makes a playoff run, he kind of gets to stick it in the face of the GOAT. I'm rooting for the Bucs in almost every game, including against Brady's Raiders in December. I will not, however, be rooting for the Bucs on Monday. Give me Lamar Jackson at 2. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. Big time win against the Commanders. He's showing up every week. I'm not going to think about the fact that he always balls out in the regular season and then something happens later in the year. He's the most exciting player in football. If my birthday's on the same day as a Ravens game, I'm eating cake on Monday. If the Ravens win the Super Bowl, that'd be nice. And the number 1 most likable quarterback in the league today is the Detroit Lions. It's the whole team. You never know who's going to be throwing the ball. It could be Jared, could be the receiver, could be the punter. I wouldn't be surprised at some point this year the center snaps the ball into the air, steps back, catches it himself, and throws a dot to Jared Goff in the end zone. The Lions made the Cowboys look worse than the Browns, and you already know how I feel about the Cowboys, and they did it on Jerry Jones' birthday. I said last week I like how Jared Goff plays in Detroit, and I said they feel like a football team. I'm not sure if you guys know what I meant by that. That game is what I meant. I hope they can fill the hole that Aiden Hutchinson is going to leave in that team, because right now they are the heart and soul of the NFL. Like and subscribe. Bye.